Hi guys, welcome to another episode of AAFS Uncut. Today we have a very special guest that I think you're very all aware of, our own economist, Mr. Gerard Tam. Good
Yay!
to have you back again.
Thank you, thank you.
Today, Gerard, I think we've got a very interesting topic here. We're talking about refinancing, which we've already discussed last
Yes.
time. But I think in particular, refinancing your Keystart home loan.
Yes.
So can you please tell us a little bit more about what is a Keystart?
So before we kick off this podcast, we actually did have a Monday meeting as per usual for our team. And then we raised the question about Keystart within the group, and it was quite a lively discussion for several minutes. So we thought, hey, why not do a podcast about this one?
I think there would be a lot of benefits.
So Keystart, all right. So what is Keystart? So Keystart is quite a common household name that most people are aware of. When I say common, it's in the common lender. It was a WA state government initiative that was launched back in 1989. So it's actually an older style government scheme to help first home owners with little deposit, as little as 2%, to actually get a foot in the home ownership. So it was just to help, first home buyers with low deposit. But in my dealings with Keystart, there was also a lot of new migrants taking up this scheme as well. Migrating from their, country of origin, wherever that may be, coming to Australia. They may have used up a lot of their savings, trying to come here, finding a job, not much savings. So they was quite popular with migrants back then. Obviously now there's a lot of other schemes, better schemes, but seeing that I like to talk, let's save that one for another podcast. We'll just focus on Keystart at the moment. So let's rewind 4 months ago, before the 4 consecutive RBA rate rise. So Keystart, before the rate rises, Keystart was around sort of 4.5, 4.8%. It was, it was okay. It wasn't the best rate, but it wasn't really high enough to deter people from taking on the scheme. People were all right taking upon that. So now we fast forward 4 months from now with 4 consecutive rate rises. So Keystart rates, guys, as of the 22nd of August will be 6.26%.
Wow.
Now,
Holy crap.
Now, obviously, now you're going, Keystart, forget it, it's a bit too expensive, yeah? So that would deter you from taking on the scheme. But when you look at Keystart, 6.26 in isolation with, let's say Bankwest, yeah? We'll pick Bankwest because, we are in WA and Bankwest is supposedly our state bank.
Sure.
Bankwest offering 3.79. So look at the differential between that. Keystart, 6.26. Bankwest, 3.79. The difference is 2.47%. And that's
bloody high, man.
That's a chunky interest expense.
So like 400,000, that's about what? Close to 10 grand.
Yeah.
$8,000
So,
interest.
um,
So can just
yeah.
stop you there for a second.
Okay.
So tell me, so Keystart is a fantastic loan that you can get as a stepping stone to get into the
Yes.
to the market, right?
yes,
So I think the goal of Keystart is just to get you to get a loan, to get you to get a house,
Yes.
low deposit,
yes,
but eventually, they want you out. They want you to be refinanced out, correct?
yes, correct.
So now, tell me what normally is the challenge to refinance a Keystart, and why do you think it's a good time to refinance your Keystart home loan now?
So Keystart is a transitional lender. Transitional lender means you're not going to go to Keystart, take a loan for 30 years, and stay with Keystart for 30 years because the
Absolutely.
rates are too high. Yeah.
Correct.
So what Keystart wants you is get you a foot in the door. They'll lend you as high as 98% with little deposit, without lender's mortgage insurance, but the interest rate is high to compensate that risk. Yeah. So now it's a good time if you're on Keystart to reconsider, to actually seriously, not to actually seriously reconsider or consider refinancing, because number one, the rate is 6.26. Number two is, despite the rate rises, WA property market has not downturned yet.
Correct,
It's still edging upwards, whereas the rest of the East Coast, it's gone downwards, yeah? So that means if you want to do a valuation on your property, now is actually a good time because WA market is peaking or has peaked already. So that means if you do a valuation, you're likely to get the highest or as high of a market value or valuation on your property. So that means refinancing from your Keystart loan from 4 or 5 years ago, your 98% loan back then, may actually be 80% or less.
Correct. Yeah.
So that means you want to refinance, you don't have to pay lender's mortgage insurance.
Correct.
However, I've also refinanced recently a couple of Keystart customers where, was an 85% loan. But even for them to pay the lender's mortgage insurance on the refinance, they still save 8 to 9 grand in the first year. So it's a big chunky savings, even paying for lender's mortgage insurance.
Absolutely.
So it's actually a no-brainer. You're on Keystart now, I suggest you really speak to your broker or give us a call. We're experienced brokers. We've done this before. We've got active customers now that we're targeting for Keystart. So give us a call, and we'll definitely be more than happy.
And then I think some lenders, they're currently having cashback offers as well. Yeah.
Cashback offer. ANZ is a good one. ANZ is actually very competitive with Bankwest. They can look at about 3.79. You've got up to the 19th of September before then to speak with us. Get an application in, because you're looking at not just 1 grand, not just 2 grand, not just 3 grand, but
4 grand.
4 grand, $4,000
$4,000
for new customers coming in.
It's crazy.
Well, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, so it's definitely a no-brainer to refinance your Keystart home loan now. There's a lot of benefits.
Correct.
Yeah, correct. And then plus the lower rate again is ridiculous. 2.4% difference. That's close to 10 grand. For if you got a loan of about $400,000.
Yes, that is correct.
Insane. So tell me, what does it cost to refinance a Keystart?
It's actually the fees are quite basic. It's actually normal. It's standard across Keystart, as with most banks. You pay a discharge cost, deregistration, blah, blah, blah. All up, the refinance cost should not cost you more than $1 grand. It's actually less than that. $1 grand is probably a little bit more exaggerated, but it will be less than $1 grand. So the money that you save on the lower rate interest, plus some of the cashbacks that the banks are offering, I guarantee you will have money in your pocket just in your first year refinance.
Absolutely. So I think just to summarize it nicely, I think there's a lot of benefits in looking at refinancing now, and the keyword is now because the valuation of the property has gone up. So most likely, if the valuation came in at the 80%, then you will avoid paying the mortgage insurance.
Correct.
And then at 80% as well, you pay less of interest rate, so you get a more competitive interest rate. Plus the lenders are giving cash back up to 4,000.
4 grand.
Yeah, 4 grand. So again, guys, I think it's a no-brainer. If you got any questions, give us a call. Gerard, if the clients want to reach you out, what will be the best way to...
Just give me a call on the mobile, 0415 94 8881. Give me a call. I'm a lonely guy. I've got no friends. I'll be more than happy to talk to you.
All right, I think that's anything else that you want to
No,
add?
that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening, and I hope to see you guys again next time.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. See you. Bye.